I'm going to give you the stern mom look.
Just a quick reminder to you guys that if you are within 10 feet of me, you get a bonus to your saving throw.
Hey guys, Dave from Nerdarchy, for nerds, by nerds, hanging out with the nerdettes tonight, and we're going to play some 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons. We've got the full crew with us, so I'm expecting some good times. And if you guys just want to go around, introduce yourselves, and who you're playing tonight, we can make this happen.
Okay, who's first?
Anybody, you spoke, you're first.
Hey, I'll go first. Hi, everybody. I'm Samantha. I'm playing Agnetha Armbreaker. She is a half-elf barbarian.
Hey, everybody. I'm Jen, and I'm playing Deneen, a wood elf rogue, a cleric.
I'm Jean. I'm playing Erigen Pericath, a tiefling paladin.
Hi, I am Megan R. Miller. I will be portraying Kenna Hollythorn, halfling bard of valor, and the snarl you heard a second ago with Chihuahua Kimmy, who apparently is playing Monty tonight.
Perfect. So who's doing the recap?
Is it my turn?
Yes, it is.
All right. So we ended up fighting 4 bullets. Is that how you say that? Bullets? Bullets?
Boulet?
It's Boulet. It's mating season. Unfortunately, Agnetha was knocked out. The Vardo was also slightly crushed, nearly into oblivion, but would still roll. So we continued onward to Ryler, that lovely, terrible, terrible hometown of Deneen's. And we brought the broken up Vardo to Billings the Wagon Right to get it fixed. And then we put Agnetha to bed because she was still unconscious at a place called the Cherrywood Chalice. So first, we went to see Stanley using the entrance by the abandoned warehouse, and gave him some new reading material. He gave us a few leads on potential... He gave us some information. It was very interesting. And then on the way out of the warehouse, apparently there were some people looking for us. But we, as I recall, got away from them. I'm pretty sure.
They were definitely looking for something.
We didn't actually get into a fight. Well, they said they. So they either knew there was someone in the warehouse or they knew it was us. We're not sure. But we got away. And then we came up with Deneen, and then her friendly friends helped her with this, came up with the not so bright idea of breaking into her in-laws' house. The Summer Stars, who the father has this fey pact that affects her husband and daughter. And when they were searching for secrets in the study, they were attacked by a strange small fey creature that zipped by Kenna and hurt her. And then there was a baying spooky hound outside the room. And Deneen's father-in-law showed up, Lord Summerstar. Or whatever the title is here in Ryler. I have no idea. That's up to my DM.
I think as a noble, Lord works just fine.
All right, there you go.
Lord Summerstar.
I don't know his first name, so there you go.
You should know his first name. You married his son.
I should have made him up.
Son.
I know.
No wonder he doesn't like you.
I'm sure my character knows his first name, but I don't.
Ilarion is named after Olarian.
Olarian, okay.
It's just a slight tweak on the name.
He probably just keeps going through the alphabet until he runs out of kids.
Yeah, he's gotten pretty far. He's at you.
Adam, Benjamin, Caleb, Daniel, frankincense. Sorry.
So did you guys put Agnetha in a room, or did you stash her in the barn?
We put her in a room with booze to keep her there.
We put Agnetha in a home.
She's seen too much for a while.
You're in this actually like fairly large room, Agnetha, that you wake up, and Arun is standing over you, just like chewing cud, just with this like look on his face, and like that's the like you sit up and like that's what you say.
His beard with all the beads and bows and stuff is like brushing against you as he chews.
Yeah.
Agnetha, like, she's like, ugh! And then she like realizes it's just Arun, and then she like grabs his nose and then like lays back and like, oh my god, what happened?
Does he have a ring?
No, he doesn't. He doesn't need one. Or at least not
He's
for
just
Cat.
rubbing his soft, wet nose. Like, oh, Arun, it's so good to see you.
I just envision your hand coming back with like strands.
She doesn't care at that point. She's still slightly just not coherent. She's kind of like, oh man, okay.
Arun gives you a slightly embarrassed look at the
probably. I'm like embarrassed in front of Arun. That's how bad it is. In the hay.
You have a band-aid on your head.
So there's a note tucked into his collar.
Okay. So she like grabs it.
So basically it just tells you where your companions have gone and there's plenty of booze in case you need to recover.
It says BRB investigating Summer Star Estate.
For future reference, stay away from lesbian billets. They're not good at saying they're not good at taking no for an answer.
I have good friends. Much love.
So what does Agnetha want to do?
So she's gonna stand up, and my clothes are still on, right?
Yes, your clothes, unless they took them off.
Unfortunately.
Maybe that was just a hope. Okay, so she stands up, and she's fully clothed, and then she just where is she? She wants to know where she is first of all.
By the way, your stash is missing.
My stash? Oh no. So I'm gonna like search for it immediately, like, oh my god, where's my stash?
Like your backpack is there with your stuff, your glaive is resting against the wall. It's kind of a decent sized room, but you've been in enough taverns and inns to know like they kind of have a look to them and a smell to them. And you're definitely in one of those not the worst place you've woken up, but definitely not the best either.
Okay. So so I'm going to put on my gear and get Arun, and I'm gonna try to leave this place or go and see who I could talk to maybe find my friends or follow the map. As you said, there was probably direction.
So Arun kind of looks at you expectantly and kind of gives that and then the shake of his head, because I believe the paladin mounts have like a 6 intelligence or something.
Yeah, it's like a 6 or an 8.
They understand language and they have NES telepathy with with Kath.
Yeah, Arun's intelligence isn't really far off from a couple of the party members. So,
Mm-hmm.
So I can actually ask Arun to tell Kath that I'm okay, and then I'm awake.
Okay, and you get the vibe that he's trying to like take you someplace.
Okay, so I'm just gonna be like, all right, Arun, show me the way. Can I get on him and ride him since I'm so hungover?
He is a mount.
All right. So I'm gonna be like, I'm sorry, buddy, but you're gonna have to hold my ass for a little while. I can't walk far. So she's gonna let her ass fall on his back, and she'll let him ride him.
Yeah. Well, you're actually a lot lighter than what he's used to lugging around.
All right.
Oh,
He doesn't wear armor.
Look at that expression.
I know. Agnetha doesn't wear armor.
It's true.
But Agnetha has heavy thighs. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. The thick thighs. I don't know if that quite makes up for a full suit of armor, but
kind of hard to carry around, if you know what I'm saying. So
it's the buns of steel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What is the range on the telepathy for that?
Let me check.
Or you can. See. Is that in Fine Steed? Do you think?
Yeah, it'd be under Fine Steed.
I've got that on my character sheet then.
So in the meantime, you're being led by Arun, I mean, and you guys are in Olearian's office. You guys were rifling through his stuff when out of nowhere, both Kath and Deneen didn't even see this little blur of a figure run into the room, and then people just kind of started bleeding. Kenna did notice, took a swing at it, but he was so fast that he just, he ducked in and out and then ran out of the room. That's when you heard the baying of some kind of hound or wolf. Just after you heard the bang, this creature came padding in, into the doorway. It's about the size of a pony. It looks like a huge hound, except for its face looks humanoid in nature, and it's got like glowing red eyes. And then, the fur is all black. And then standing just off to the side and behind this hound is what Deneen recognized as her father-in-law.
How are you tonight? Sorry to interrupt. Just wondering how on board you are with this whole Fey Pact thing.
Yeah, so he's just standing there with his arms crossed, kind of glaring at you. And in the meantime, the hound is letting out this low guttural growl. So you guys can roll initiative.
Yeah, I didn't think that would work.
It was so close.
Because for all we know, maybe his grandfather roped him into it, and like he's a victim too, but we don't really know. But no, he's gonna kill us. Damn.
That would be a 12.
Ooh, there's an initiative I can live with. 22.
Kath made it into the double digits.
Hey, that's pretty awesome.
So exciting.
Double digits can be good.
I'm still excited that I successfully made a save in the last game. That's like unheard of.
Yeah, that's quite impressive there. Now all I need is like an actual D20 and I'll be good to go.
Mm-hmm.
I bet they're all buried at the bottom of my couple pounds of dice. I have this habit of getting my dice. Oh, there's a D20. What is that? All right. I have this habit of dumping out all my dice and then sorting them, and then depending on how they go back in.
I do that too, and it drives my fiance nuts.
Oh yeah, it's like one of my few OCD traits.
Did you pick up a lot of new dice when we were at PAX last weekend?
No, I didn't. I've got a good amount. I feel like I'm good.
That tungsten D20 I bought my husband is so nice.
Ooh,
Super heavy. I love it.
that sounds nice. So nice.
We have a friend that has a pair of those. Those are pretty fun to roll.
So Deneen is up.
Yeah. So they're clearly hostile from what you're saying.
You see the dog and your father-in-law.
And he doesn't respond to my
No, he's just-
hey,
he's
how's
just
it going?
Silently glaring at
So
you.
about that Fey Pact.
And the doggy that's like just in front of him doesn't seem very cooperative.
We probably can't get out of this. Are there any windows or anything in here? Like, how stuck are we?
Yeah, you guys are on the second floor. There's windows.
I'm gonna try and drop up. Is there anywhere in this room I could possibly hide? How big is this place?
So the room you guys are in is about 20 by 20.
Yeah,
There's
that's
some
good.
bookshelves. There's a desk. There's some couple big chairs.
So a little bit, maybe, but I'll give it a shot. I'm just gonna duck away, and try to scoot along at floor level so it's not obvious which one of these chairs I'm behind. And then if they continue trying to hurt us now that they know we're here and who we are, then I'll shoot my father-in-law.
It seems a good place to start as any.
Yeah. I am hiding. With 28 stealth. I'm super hiding.
That is definitely super hiding. So, are you doing anything else? You said you're going to shoot him, right?
I'm holding my action.
Oh, you're holding your
making
action.
sure he deserves it.
Okay. So, what is the condition that you're holding?
If he or his pet does anything further to hurt us.
Okay.
Or otherwise attack us.
Okay. All right. What is your passive perception?
20.
20. Okay.
I mean, yeah, that thing earlier hurt us, but he wasn't here controlling that, so I'm not necessarily. I want him to bring it on himself, is what I'm saying.
I respect
gotcha.
that.
It's just so Kenna doesn't get mad at me.
No, let's be real. It's so your husband doesn't get mad at you.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll have a conversation about this later. Maybe.
And Kenna, what is your passive perception?
22.
Okay. So you do see that little thing come streaking back into the room. It's just a blur that's like, a foot and a half tall. You think it might be humanoid. It's really hard to tell because it just moves so fast.
Now I know how other things feel fighting me.
Yeah.
But you kind of register it as it appears in the room. And let's see. There's 3 of you. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So it looks like it's going to be small person on small person violence.
Yep.
It's back for blood, Kenna.
Man, I got to roll that die more often.
Oh no.
Nah, it's not like it's a crit or anything, but it just hasn't fouled me yet.
Did I bless us at the end of the last game? Because I mentioned it, but I don't think I did it.
I don't know.
I don't think so, because we were just rolling initiative. Oh well, too bad. Just checking.
Just checking. All right. So, with that being said, the little guy comes in, and there's just like a whoosh, 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 and a flurry of slashes, and Kenna just kind of starts bleeding.
It happens.
More.
It does.
Does this mean I'm shooting my father-in-law?
Well, it was the little thing. We don't know that he's controlling it or not.
Well, I said they.
Okay, so yeah, you can absolutely take a shot at him.
All right.
But you don't actually see what's happening. You just see Kenneth start bleeding.
Well, she was bleeding before. Maybe I don't notice then.
For the most part.
Okay,
Well,
I'll wait
that's
then.
true.
I'll wait.
How much damage was that?
That was 1926.
Oh.
And you can take an attack of opportunity if you like, as it goes to run away.
I would very much like.
Okay, you have disadvantage.
20 total?
20 total will hit.
Yes.
Very good.
9 damage. It's ready for it this time.
Apparently.
So like there's a geyser of blood, like almost like a trail of blood that goes flying out of the room.
And some of it is Kenna's, probably.
After you kind of like stab this thing.
Swearing profusely in halfling.
He looks confused behind the chair.
All right. Oh, so what you actually saw was, matter of fact, you can actually make a perception check.
You whom? Oh, Deneen?
Yes. Well, actually, both you and Kath can.
29.
Okay, so
It's ridiculous.
so you actually see this small creature like running out of the room. You didn't see it come in, but there's a blood outline, so now it's a lot easier to see.
Yeah, and Kenna's cursing and bleeding, and this thing is now bleeding after she attacked it, which is a lot easier to notice. So perhaps it is now evident that violence is ensuing.
I think so.
All right.
Meanwhile, Kath notices nothing because she's busy tucking her tail into her belt.
All right, I'm straight up shooting a dude then. That's 20 to hit.
Absolutely hits. Goes right through him.
Ah,
Oh.
of course.
And he's just standing there looking disapprovingly.
Can I break something expensive on the other side of the room with that arrow? Like maybe something my mother-in-law really likes.
Can you swing a cat by the tail and not hit something expensive?
Yes.
Is the real question.
You actually can't. And, outside the door, right? Outside the door is kind of like a walkway, but it's on the second floor. And it's, it's looking over the room beneath. And there's a huge, like, scarlet or a huge stained glass window, like, directly across. So the arrow, like, goes right through that.
Ooh, Nelly.
Hey, Agnetha, maybe you hear that wherever you are.
I'm going to say she's actually Agnetha will actually get here on the beginning of the second round. So we are still in round 1. So that guy went, Deneen went.
Deneen is marginally satisfied.
And so the hound creature kind of looks on at the three of you, snarls, and then kind of leers at the tiefling at Kath, and then leaps at you with a low growl. Yeah, you can almost like feel like the emanations coming off of his chest as like his growl is so deep. But I'm pretty sure you just totally sidestep him, and he misses.
Nice. Kath gives out a smug little ha ha.
No fiendish rebuke for you.
Yeah.
So with that brings us to too many windows. All right, Megan, you can go.
Okay, I am opening with Blink. And what a waste of a nat 20. I'm in the ethereal plane.
Okay. So,
That sucks.
all right.
But you're super in the material plane.
What is Kath doing?
So as Kath dodges this thing, she's going to yell to Denise. She's like, are we fighting or running?
You think we can get away from something that fast? Or meaning the thing that just ran out of the room?
All right. I'm going to lay the smacketh down on that thing that just tried to jump at me then. Kath goes, all right. All right. Does a 16 hit?
A 16, I believe, will probably, maybe, yes, that hits.
All right, then I am going to dump some smite into it too, because I want to knock this thing out of the fight. Ooh.
Do it.
All right. So for a total of 23, 38 damage.
Ooh.
38 damage. Yeah, you heard it. You heard it.
And,
Nice.
and is this a metal construction? Did I catch that?
No, it is a hound. It is completely looks
okay.
like a flesh and blood creature.
Okay. Well, there's just like a cloud of rust and dirt just kind of falls down from the wound with his blood, making a really nasty mess. And and that's it. I'm good.
Isn't that you still get another attack, don't you?
Oh, that's right. I keep for this is my level 11 paladin. All right. In that case, I'll do another attack. Ooh, that hits for another 17 damage.
So that does it. That you bring down your hammer. Tell me how you finish this thing off.
So the first hit catches it in the ribs and kind of like knocks him down to the ground, and then she follows it with another overhand swing and just crushes his head.
Excellent. Yeah. He just lets out a final whimper and stops moving.
I'm so sorry. That's awful. Cav doesn't care, but I do.
It did not look like a nice
It's an evil fey hound. Don't feel bad.
Okay.
So all right, all three of you have gone. Agnetha, Arun comes charging up to this like mansion and like skirts to the side of the house and kind of like like almost like charges the side of the building and does something that you completely do not expect. At the last minute, he kind of like does an endo and breaks, except for he bucks his hindquarters and launches you towards a window. So you can either go with it or you can try and stay on. Your choice.
Well, she would stay on and then knock him between the ears and be like, "What the hell were you doing, Arun?"
All right, give me either a dex check or handle animals.
Meanwhile,
or land vehicles, whatever it is in this edition.
Meanwhile,
Animal handling.
I'm going to do an animal handling.
Yeah, you can do animal handling, land vehicles.
Oh, 23.
20. So yeah, you just totally like clamp those mega thighs around the rune and
yeah.
Oh no.
Mega thighs. She's gonna can that so that equals to me smacking him between the ears real good and him going, "What the?"
Pretty yeah.
I feel really sorry for Harak now.
He looks.
Oh god.
Oh god. He looks over his shoulder at you and like expectantly, like you did something wrong.
And so Agnetha's gonna be like, "Oh, like you want me to go in there to him?"
Yeah. I think that's the look.
So she's gonna do it. She's just gonna like charge, like jump through the window.
All right, make an athletics check.
Okay.
I love Agnetha parkour. I really do.
So she's gonna like understand and then like kick the window through. So she's gonna try to do that. You want me to do a dex check?
Athletics.
An athletics check? Okay.
Or acrobatics, whichever you're better at, you can do.
Completely out of my thing. Okay. Woo! 21.
21. Okay, so you're able to kind of like jump and parkour up and like go through the window if you want. You can go glaive first, so the window like bursts in.
Yeah, she was gonna use her mega thighs to kick through the window.
So Agnetha comes blasting through. So what you see is a study. There's blood all over the place surrounding Megan's character, Kenna.
As usual.
And
Kenna.
No, where Kenna used to be standing. I'm sorry, you're not there. There's a huge circle of blood in a line leading out of this room. You probably don't even see Deneen crouched down behind the chair. You see Kath standing over this huge dog the size of a pony with its head splattered, and in front of her. Then you see this elf with this disapproving look on his face, just standing in the doorway. And you hear the clomp of of metal boots coming from down the hall outside of the room.
Okay, so she kind of walks into this and she's just gonna look at Kath, right? She can see you.
Yeah, that's all you see is Kath.
And I'm gonna see the elf and hear the voice and be like, so what did I miss?
Kenna stole your stash.
I'm here now.
Oh,
all is well.
oh, you
Like jokingly, because she's
And we thought Kenna
sidebar
was
out of character. I
obviously been
didn't
very
steal your
absent.
stash. She did, but I can't tell
But
you that
she's here
in
now.
character right now.
Yeah. Although you're aware of what's going on in that room.
Can she hear?
I mean,
Through the
yeah, but I
planes?
can't tell her that while I'm on the
No,
inside
you-
plane.
Well, you can. She just won't hear you.
For some reason, a nearby wingback chair goes.
So what is
Yeah, the second I decide to cook something with that evil flour, Kath, you're gonna be the first one that gets the cookies.
oh no.
It's probably healthy for her. She's a tiefling.
It's like milk and honey. She wasn't always a tiefling though. So is Agnetha just assessing the situation or is she taking an action?
I don't know what the last thing is that you guys heard because my computer like went weird. You guys completely cut out just now.
We didn't
Yeah,
hear
you
anything.
blanked out for a minute.
What
Like
is,
a
So, did you hear the bit about the stash?
no.
Okay, so Agnetha bursts in, and then Kath suddenly says,
She says, Kenna stole your stash. You asked what happened, and that was her response.
Oh, okay. Kath stole or Kenneth stole my stash.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, you
can I-
don't see Kenna anywhere.
I don't see her because yeah. Okay.
And
So-
also, help.
I'm here now. Everything's okay. She just like stumbles as she says it.
Oh, we're doomed.
So if you're not doing anything else, then it's Deneen. Deneen, you're up. You also hear the tromp of metal boots.
I hear the tromp of metal boots. Should we leave with... How many boots are we talking about here? I don't want to kill random guards. They don't have anything to do with this.
Give me an intelligence check.
An intelligence check. Okay.
Swear to God, if this is a Doulahan.
Let's see. With my 8 intelligence, I get a 7.
It's probably like a guard.
Okay. Well, then I'm not going to worry about it. So I see the father-in-law again in the doorway.
Yeah. he's
Does he
still
look
there.
any more real than before?
No. Well, he looks the same. What's really real?
Are we staying or going? Oh. Oh.
Agnetha's just gonna be like, "What's going on here?"
Should I stay or should I go now? Pop, 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 pop. If
Oh, what
stay,
the hell?
there'll be trouble.
I'll hide again and shoot at him. Why
Okay.
not? What else can I do? Nat 20? But it's not really him, is it?
Nice. Right between the eyes.
But is it him?
No.
Of course. Well then, I do 43 damage to the wall behind where his eyes would be.
Yeah, more of that window gets shattered. That's gonna cost hundreds just to replace that one window.
Oh, hell with it. Let's get out of here. Anybody else?
And then with that, two suits of armor just glowing hellish energy from every seam and out of the faceplate come around the corner.
Friggin' knew it.
Is there a doorway?
Do you want to stay or not, guys? This is my question, because I still have movement if we deem it necessary.
I'm fine with running away.
We didn't find out jack squat
No,
while we were
we
here.
found
yet.
absolutely nothing, not a single piece of paper, nothing.
I think staying will only make our lives harder in the future. That being said, I as a player am fine with killing ourselves here. So whatever you want to do, Kath will throw down.
I'm just here for support, and I'm slightly not so much here. What's going
You know
on?
what? They're your in-laws. I'm following your lead here.
Oh, God. No.
Saying it's
no.
your fault.
I'm gonna stay. I'm not gonna run away.
All right, let's do this.
Ah.
All right, so one of them comes trotting forward towards Kath, and the other one splits in the direction of Agnetha, or the cat that is now playing Agnetha. And they actually walk right through your father-in-law.
Of course.
I'm in Gryphongaffe. I'm out of Gryphongaffe. Here's a dead thing.
All right, Kath. You son of a. So a 9 is not going to hit you. But how about a 18?
That'll hit.
All right. So they're each equipped with a longsword and shield, and it literally looks like a walking suit of plate armor, except for this like hellish red light that is like kind of poking out of everywhere. So it slashes at you for 5 points of damage.
I've had worse.
And then Agnetha, one is going to miss and one is going to hit as its longsword lances out. So you're going to take 7 points of damage.
I'm going to do a hellish rebuke as my reaction.
Okay.
Because why not?
Do they get a saving throw on that?
That's dexterity save.
All right.
The DC is 15.
Okay. So he's going to take half damage.
Let's see. He would have taken 16 is full, so he takes 8.
Okay. Yeah, so you singe part of his faceplate. Okay. He doesn't really seem to care all that much.
All right.
And that brings us to Kenna. Do you decide to reappear in the prime material?
Well, yes. I'm gonna go for like behind I'm pretty sure it's a Doulahan. I'm not positive, but that's what I'm going with for now in my head.
With what?
I want to appear behind the suit of armor.
Okay.
Is it within 10 feet of where I was?
Yeah. So you can take your pick whether you want to go after the one that is in front of Kath or Agnetha.
Kath can heal herself. I'm gonna back Agnetha up.
Nice.
Okay. 19.
That will miss.
Oh.
Hurts off of the plate armor.
Oh, yeah. That's definitely going to be a miss too in that case. Let me roll to see if I end up back in the ethereal plane. Oh, no, I don't. This is going to be fun.
Excellent. So, Kath, you're up.
Are these guys undead or fiends?
They don't. It's really hard to say because they are suits of plate mail armor filled with glowing red energy. It almost looks a little bit. It almost looks a little bit like your hellish rebuke, but it's not. But it's not fire. It's filling the suits of armor. Like literally, there's not even a face, so you don't even know how they perceive.
Well, I'm all right. Let's see. So I will attack the guy who hit me.
Okay.
And if I hit, I'm gonna dump smite in it, and you tell me if I roll the extra damage against fiends or undead.
Yes, not against fiends or undead, but you will get your extra damage from the hammer.
Okay, does a 21 hit?
It does.
All right, let me roll my extra d8 here. Okay, 19 damage.
Okay. So you slam into it, and the suit of armor begins to rust a little bit where that hammer impacts, or Pigpen slams into it.
Okay, and I'm gonna strike again.
Okay.
Ooh! I'm gonna spend my inspiration. If I can spend my inspiration for advantage, yes.
Yes.
I crit, and I'm gonna dump a big smite on it. So, oh gosh, math. That's 20. That's 40. That's 49.
So 49 and 18. Oh, you totally obliterate this thing. You slam the hammer into its chest, and the radiant energy just bursts forth, and it begins instantly rusting, and the metal just starts decaying. And your follow through with the swing. There is just a cloud of corroded metal flakes that burst out.
And Kat says, the beggar king take you, you fiendish rust heap. And is there with my movement, can I approach another one?
You can. Yeah, the room's small enough.
I'm gonna stroll on up to another one.
Okay, so there's just the two in the room.
Swinging my hammer as I go.
She makes this look good.
And then the three of you've had the one surrounded, and I imagine Deneen probably isn't even all that far from it because of the size of the room. Agnetha, what are you doing?
Yeah. I'm gonna charge and just try to drop kick this fool with my glaive in hand.
Perfect.
I'm gonna go for a kick to the chest, preferably upper chest, towards the throat.
So, do you want to try and knock it down?
Yeah, but at the same time, I want to thrust my glaive into its neck if I can.
So, well, you can kind of do that. So, give me an athletics check first.
Okay, here I go.
Are you raging?
Yes.
Then you have advantage on that check.
Okay. I rolled a 22 the first time.
Okay, so you're good. It tries to brace against your kick, but I almost envision you use your glaive almost like a pole vault pole, and double kick this thing in this chest, and as it's going down, you're able to ride it down towards the ground and flip your glaive. Because it is now technically prone, you have advantage to attack.
Awesome. 14.
A 14 is not going to hit. It gets its shield up and it just kind of skirts off.
Can I add anything to that since I'm raging?
Nope, I'm afraid not.
Oh. Okay.
So Deneen, you are up.
I cast my eyes to the heavens and I say, okay, boss, I know this is a B&E job, but I promise it's good for a good cause. And I will bless the other three ladies.
Okay.
And then, because this thing's on the ground and there's no point in shooting at it with disadvantage, I will flip one of those daggers out of the sheath and walk up to just try and stab it with my bonus action.
Okay.
And since it's on the ground, I have advantage, which means this is another crit. I got a 30.
Absolutely.
So that's let's see. 41 damage.
41 damage. Okay, so you said you're stabbing, right? So you jam your dagger into this thing and start kind of prying.
The can opener.
Basically can opening it, and you wrench open this huge hole. It is not done for, but you did a significant amount of damage to it.
Thanks, boss.
Agnetha looks up into the sky.
And let's see. All right. Does a I would say 24 hits, right? On Deneen. And a 21.
It does, but I was gonna make him re-roll that.
Oh, okay. Lucky?
Yeah, I'm surprisingly lucky.
Okay. So, all right. Oh my God.
What?
Let's see. I don't know. I get my camera, or I can't get the camera there.
Just tell me.
So I re-rolled, and actually I mistakenly re-rolled both dice.
Yes.
I dropped double 20s.
Oh my
Well,
god.
in that case, because lucky allows me to choose which roll is used, I choose the earlier roll, which is not a crit.
Okay, perfect. So
So as Deneen is wrenching her dagger back out of this metal, that sudden motion, she's still going to get hit, but she doesn't get hit nearly as badly as she would have been. How about that?
Perfect.
So she's kind of lucky.
You get blasted in the back 3 times.
Oh!
How bad could it be?
What could possibly go wrong?
That was pretty weak. For 8 points of damage.
Total or each?
Total.
Oh, that really could be worse. Excellent.
Yeah.
Blasted in the back by the thing I was stabbing or by something else?
No, it came from outside the room.
Oh, okay.
And standing in front of the rail. You see what appears to be your father-in-law once again.
Okay, I make my concentration check.
Okay, perfect. And then
Jean, what's your plus on your aura again for saves?
It is
Just for the future.
Let's see.
Your charisma modifier.
Okay. Which would be, if I click on the right thing here, 3 plus 3.
Okay, just checking. I didn't need it this time, but I might need it later.
Yeah.
So Kenna is now up.
Okay, so getting stabby. No.
You do have advantage because it's prone.
Oh, okay.
If that helps.
Yeah, well, okay. Well, the even with advantage, that was still only a 19 for the first swing, and then the second swing is also a 19. Okay, but anyway, before I check to see if I end up in the ethereal plane, I'm going to look over at Agnetha and I'm going to sing, "I didn't steal your stash, friend," and give her bardic inspiration. And then I'm on the ethereal plane.
We stole it since the world was rolling. Oh. Oh my god.
That's great. That is so good.
So now what?
So now that brings us to Kath.
All right. It was the other suit of armor that willed on Deneen, right?
Yes.
Is one of them dead?
Yeah, she obliterated the first one.
Yeah.
Into a cloud of rust, essentially.
There was something outside the room that shot me in the back.
Does 18 hit?
18 does not hit. Are you rolling with advantage because it's prone?
Oh, if I have advantage, then I crit again. This is the best fight ever.
Because Roll20 rolls them both at once. It's fabulous
All
being
right.
able to see it.
So, math, 16 and 20. That's 31.
A lot of crits tonight.
47 points of damage.
Ooh, yeah. What happened to it?
She just this thing had turned to get Deneen, yeah. And so what Kath does is she just lays her hammer down like from the helmet and it just goes ka-chuk, 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 and smashes it into a pile of rubble on the floor with rust flying everywhere.
Valkyrie's yeah, sister.
So you still have movement and an attack left.
Oh, is that little whirling dervish thing what got our halfling still around?
You don't see it, but you do see that elf that was standing in the door with a disapproving look, but now he actually has a much different look, and you actually heard some noises, and he's standing in a different position.
Oh, well, I'm gonna stroll up to where. Oh man, but he's kind of family.
It's not your family.
He already
that's
shot him
true.
twice.
That's true, and Danine's been shooting at him, so I'm gonna roll up on him and try and make an attack. And she says, "You have a lovely home," and she swings her maul. Sorry we had to meet like this, but does a 22? Do I hit him with a 22?
That probably will hit, but we have to do something else first, real quick.
Okay.
So as you come out of the door, you're greeted by several whirling dervishes.
Oh, good.
Ruh-roh.
All right. What is your armor class?
17.
Okay. So 1 hit. 2 hits, 3 hits. Let me double check and make sure. Yeah, 3 hits, and there's more. Miss. 4 hits. 5 hits. 6 hits. 7, and last time.
Who is your daddy?
I regret nothing.
So you got hit 8 times.
Oh,
You feel this sting.
I'm about to die.
It would be more apt to ask who Kat's mama is. If I'm not mistaken, she's gay. We're on the gay spectrum.
So
Whoa.
Mars.
Married to a woman.
who's your mama?
Oh yeah, that is a lot. That is going to be a lot of damage. All
Oh
right.
God.
Oh, I know what happens. So if Kath dies, her wife is totally going to join the party and adventure.
Oh my
Oh, that'd be great.
It's your backup character now.
Yes.
Calm down. I am prepared to revivify you.
Okay. Thank you.
Can't get
I
Kath.
think. Let me make sure I have the spell slots for that right
Kath
now.
is tough. Let's not write her off yet.
Yeah, I think she's still in it. So you took 69 points of damage from a ton of wounds. You know, it just feels like you just dove into like a pit of daggers. And you absolutely, hit the figure that was on the other side. So you can roll your damage, whatever you're going to do.
All right. Then I am going to dump a level 3 smite into this dude in case
Well
I go down.
deserved.
I'm not going to hold back. So 13, 36, 44 points of damage.
44 points of damage?
Yes.
Nice.
She's a machine.
You hit him and you like feel his chest kind of like begin to cave in and him like begin to like fall over the back of the rail, and then he just like fades from sight and you don't hear anything hit the ground.
Oh, wait a second. He wasn't like a fiend or undead, was he?
He was not.
Oh, okay.
And you technically have a second attack, and you have these 3 guys running around you.
No, that was my second attack because I killed the other.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
the armor
you're
with the
correct.
first one. So yeah.
So you now have these like 3. Oh, you know what?
So like after I knock him out of existence, I turn and I snarl at the things surrounding me.
Well, 2 of them just vanish. You're just like, and one of them is left.
Can I get that one more time, Dave?
And the one is there, and he's just kind of looking around, and he makes a eep sound, and you can take an attack of opportunity as he
Whack-a-mole.
flees.
All right. One
Oh,
more
yeah.
smash
You
here.
have disadvantage to hit him.
Oh.
But you're also blessed.
Ooh. Does a 13 hit?
It does not.
Well, I only have 4 hit points left, so I am a little woozy.
Oh,
Oh wow. He totally does the Roadrunner thing. You know, when you swing like over top of your hammer, and just like, whew, you can't even see him anymore.
There's a little like mysterious shaped puff of smoke about his size.
Yeah. So at this point, you now hear noises in the house of people rousing, guards calling out, and people basically coming awake.
Kath, after she misses that guy, she kind of looks up and stumbles a little bit. She's like, I think maybe we should grab stuff and run.
oh.
Not a bad
there-
plan.
Anything grabbable? I don't know about that. Did I see him like pitch over this railing?
You did see him pitch over the railing.
Are
Kath,
we
what
out of
happened up there?
initiative?
Excuse me?
Are we out of initiative?
Yeah, we can be out of initiative.
Okay.
Is there anything that looks the least bit useful or interesting in this office? Ledgers, diaries, secret compartments, all the stuff we were looking for earlier. Anything.
Expensive shit that can easily be carried.
Yeah.
There's just secret compartments laying everywhere. No, there is actually some portable, expensive stuff laying around, like knickknacks and stuff. There are papers,
Papers, scoop
Just
all the
grab
things.
Whatever papers you can
Scoop
find.
up everything.
When I appear out of the ethereal plane, I will do
The letter
some
opener. I want that letter opener.
5d8 plus 4 heal for you.
Do I roll that?
Yeah, that's how we've been playing it. If you want me to
All
roll
right.
it, I can, but
I can roll it. Got my handy dandy thing here. All right.
All right.
Nice. Thank
Janine's
you.
just like sweeping big armfuls of stuff off the top of the desk or wherever else into a bag. And
So how much
muttering
time
to
are you
herself.
guys? How much time are you guys gonna spend doing that?
The door here locks, right?
Yeah, you could try and lock the door
All right.
or bar it.
Got
There's
it, like,
chairs and stuff.
shove a shelf in front of the door.
Nope.
Have a room sit in front of the
No.
shelf. Oh no, he's outside.
He's
Janine
outside.
means business. She closes the door and snaps off her fourth favorite lockpick in the lock. Fourth favorite, though.
Well, at least it's not the third or second.
Well, they're my best ones now. The first one's broken. Okay. And I'm gonna keep scooping stuff.
Okay, so at this point, there's people, outside the door. First, they try it,
Yeah.
and you hear voices of men at arms, and now they are breaking down the door.
I'm gonna go keep watch at the window to make sure we've still got an escape route.
Okay,
I think we should 86 out of here.
Yeah, agreed.
I'm going to use thaumaturgy and make the sound of roaring flames behind this door
Oh.
and the smell of smoke.
And I'll add to it and I'll do like some earthquakes.
Agnetha will fart very loudly.
That's what she has to say
Thank
about
you,
that.
Agnetha. All right. And I will say, this did not go as well as I thought, but thank you all so much. And she glances at the giant puddle of Kenna blood and the equally giant puddles of Kath blood and just kind of grimaces
It was
and then
all in
shoulders
good fun.
and then shoulders this bag of whatever it could possibly be and heads for this window.
Everybody head for the hole.
so you guys all kind of Scooby-Doo it out of there. A
Yep.
room's waiting for you. Before too long, you do hear sounds, of people coming and trying to find another way around the house or whatever. But you guys make it back into the street and kind of down the road, especially with Denise.
We use
knowledge.
thaumaturgy to distract people if we need to with fake fires, whatever
Oh
works.
my god. You know what? Once upon a time, right?
Would-
We had a friend that totally would have set it on fire for real.
It would have
so-
been real fires. That's what I was thinking too.
Well, I can't make fire out of nowhere, so I can just pretend. So yeah.
Yeah, I never picked up that spell.
Can all
Quite
four of
destructive
us
to me.
can all four of us hop on a rune? Like can
Yes, only because it's
Oh
funny
no,
to
I'm
do
hopping
so.
on you. I'm on your shoulders.
all right.
Like holding onto your horns for grip, like they're reins.
And as we're leaving, there's like the camera pulls out, and there's like the silhouette of us trotting away on a rune into a
I
distant
didn't
alley.
steal her stash. Why would you say that? Because I don't know you stole her stash. I wasn't in the room when you did it.
Oh, were you? I thought she was kind of obvious about it. Never
No.
mind.
Oh, I was
Janine
driving. I
did not
wasn't in
comment.
the room.
Oh.
Janine did not comment. Or
Uh,
she almost commented about how Agnetha got that stash originally and then zipped it. So
I don't know about any of this.
So many layers. There's just so many layers of deception going on
So
here.
many layers of lying to Kenna. It's not nice to lie to short people.
so Kath looks up at you and shrugs her shoulders and says, "I'm not a very good person."
There's a reason why I like you.
you and me both, Kath.
Everybody gets one.
Well, what do we do now? They're
How's
probably gonna.
How is Kenna looking at this point?
Kenna is like down to about a third of her health. She's not
need to
dying.
go.
She's all right.
We need to go hole up for a bit, maybe.
Kath will dump 20 points.
We could go rest somewhere.
Of lay on hands on you.
Thank you.
So like as we're running out, she picks you up and dumps some lay on hands in, and then like sets you on her shoulders as they're making their way for a rune.
All's forgiven.
So are you guys going back to the Cherrywood? Or are you going to go somewhere else?
Maybe we should go chill out with Stanley.
That's probably a good idea. At least it'll be
There
safe.
were already people there looking for us, or
No, they
looking
weren't
for
like-
somebody.
They weren't. They just happened to be in like a part of the sewers, isn't there? Don't you know like a different way down?
I have a very strong feeling that they weren't
Through the-
even looking for us.
Through the burned out house, yeah, but I don't know what's there now. That's the other end of the tunnel.
Oh.
Yeah, they weren't actually
That's
in the
the
sewers.
long
They were like just outside of the warehouse, abandoned warehouse you guys had come out of.
Yeah.
Well, Deneen, you know this place really well. Surely you have some kind of hole to crawl into.
Well, my old ones are all.
That's right. You're not supposed to be here anymore.
Let's just go back to the Cherrywood. If did he die, Jean? Calf.
Such an unfortunate name.
I think. What's an unfortunate name?
The Cherrywood.
Oh. Okay, I thought you were about to say that about Kath or Jean. I was like, what are you trying to say,
Oh,
Megan?
no.
PvP, open it up here.
Yeah.
So Kath kind of goes like this with her fingers and says, I don't think so. I mean, I think I definitely did something, but then you did some kind of like elf voodoo and faded out of nowhere. So I didn't get the sense
right.
that he was
So-
dead.
That means he knows what we all look like. And he probably assumed it was me because I had the oath bow, even though I was in a disguise. And he heard me talk to him. So he knows it's me. That means we've got to if we're going to finish our business in town, which was actually the Monarch and not this, I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, that's totally
we
okay. We weren't supposed to go loud. And
I
then
need
silently.
time and light to doll us up a little differently at the very least.
Yeah, Kenna,
Okay.
can you like illusion us different?
Not that kind of mage.
Okay.
That would be my friend Defex. Since
So-
she's not here, we don't know what happened to her. So.
MIA.
Long story.
Does that happen to a lot of the people that travel with you?
No, just her and her pet goblin.
Right, okay. Seems legit.
Anyway, let's just take a rest and then go directly to the Monarch and then hightail it out of Dodge maybe and possibly take a route that
So
doesn't
how
involve
How about the chalice? And so, do we think anybody at the estate spotted a room?
I'm sorry, he's the size of a barge.
I know. It's probably kind of obvious.
Do we
That's my
think?
concern. If we ride him all the way back here, like, oh, of course, Deneen doesn't. Never mind. Deneen doesn't realize he could ever be anywhere but here, right?
So
Arun assures you, Kath, that he was very sneaky. He jingles when he walks.
so like Kath is like stroking his ruff and telling him what a very good boy he is, but she might need to recall him as something different.
Oh.
And so she says, he doesn't have to look like this. I mean, he'll be grumpy for a few days, but he'll forgive me if I call him back as something different. And if we look like Deneen, if you don't have contacts here, I'm sure if you just go to the shitty part of town, we can find my people.
I can make us all invisible.
Arun does a lot of harumphing when you start telling them about this.
I don't think I can make him invisible.
Do you want to go back to the Cherrywood Chalice or not? I mean, I don't know.
We could sneak in
this town I need to stay away from because I'm supposedly dead. I mean, it was nice of Cyrune to warn us, but I'm not sure he'd actually want me to show my face here. So I'm not going to bug him.
Well, the way invisibility works is that if I cast it at a higher spell level, I can put like +1 per like higher level of spell, so I can actually get all of us if we can do something with a rune.
If you can afford the magic, I can just be real.
Yeah, if we're going somewhere to rest, then yeah, we can totally do that. We'll just go to Agnetha's old room and barricade the door.
Okay.
Arun can just be dismissed. If
he's that kind of
right.
Okay.
That's why I was saying, but Deneen doesn't know that because he's been trotting around with us since he appeared.
Kath,
I thought that was an in.
Arun is definitely giving you a dirty look as this is being discussed.
So Kath is just telling, "Oh, you are so wonderful, and I love you, but you're just too handsome and eye-catching, and everyone who sees you just wants to come talk to you, and we don't need that kind of attention. So I'm really sorry." And then she like dismisses him, but she doesn't warn the others, so they all just kind of fall on their ass.
Oh my god!
Except for me because I'm on you.
That's true.
Gone forever?
And all these trinkets that were woven through his hair hit the
that
ground.
sounded like goodbye.
Oh no! Do they really?
Yeah. That's what he's really upset about because he hates being without them.
Okay, so she'll hurriedly scoop them up. She's like, "No, he's not gone forever. I can summon him again, but this will just make it easier on us." But she scoops up all his trinkets.
I was gonna say
it's like a pound of bells and chimes and
like a pocket universe, like Gwen Wyver.
He's like the Keith Richards of Aurochs.
Oh man,
the eyeliner.
He totally does. He's fancy.
I'm just checking. Okay.
I'm also envisioning the cowardly lying after he gets to the Emerald City.
Yeah.
They do him up, yeah.
All right.
He rocks.
So I wasn't sure if that joke would carry through vocally because it's spelling fun. But yes, Cherrywood Chalice. We'll all go in under cover of invisibility and then not be invisible after we get in.
I'll use my fancy sash from the dress I bought.
Yes.
And that so that we can all follow through various back alleys and sneaky ways to get to the Cherrywood Chalice while invisible.
Yes, good.
And then slink our way back up to the room.
Okay, so your room is undisturbed. Everything's just the way you left it.
And there's an Agnetha in the bed?
Well, except for that part.
Okay.
She's been cloned.
So all the booze is still there.
Score. I assume the booze is gone.
I am the booze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise undisturbed.
Okay.
Otherwise,
That.
She didn't have that much time alone with the booze because our rock had or Arun had
Well, then
you keep confusing
Denise
my ox
is gonna
with my
grab one
boyfriend,
of these
Dave.
mugs and just start chugging. Like this didn't go
That
well.
was a mess. It was a
Dave.
beautiful mess.
That was so funny.
I really hope that wasn't a complete. Oh God, we'll see. He's not exactly. He's a secretive guy, so we might have not got anything. We'll see.
Yeah, well, let's start pouring over papers.
So I'll start dumping out this bag. See what
Making grabby hands for anything that looks like it might be encrypted.
she'll take.
Because I'm a total geek for that
the
stuff.
letter opener and put it into the sheath of her dagger behind the dagger. So this is now her backup dagger.
so it's very fancy. It's actually kind of pricey.
Oh, good.
Probably if you just had if you had
Then
the
they'll miss
ballpark it. Yeah, if you had the ballpark it, you'd say it's worth somewhere between 10 and 20 gold pieces. It's basically gold and silver, and it's got the family crest on it.
Excellent.
It's clearly one he probably used all the time.
Good.
And you probably, he would have been able to heat the end of the hilt of it to use it to stamp the wax.
This means I can
Even
forge documents.
better.
This means
And,
I can forge documents in his name, folks.
or at least
As
with
far
his
as I'm
seal.
concerned.
Oh, no, with his handwriting too.
Well, you guys do have a lot of samples of handwriting. One of the top pieces of paper has some really angry marks, as figures are have been tallied, and as you're reading it, you realize it's like one of his ships has been attacked
By a dragon turtle, perhaps?
and sunken by some beast in the river.
I take particular note of how his handwriting changes when he's angry, because that will come in useful.
And then most of the papers seem to be all like business dealings,
Excellent.
balance sheets, that kind of stuff. So you do have a list of businesses that he does business with and individuals.
Ooh. Okay. Right.
I'm not sure what kind of trouble you guys can get into with that, but I'm sure you'll find a way.
Yep. Gonna code copy that into the big bad notebook.
There's about 30 personal plus business contacts there.
Do we know the nature of these personal contacts?
Well, personal, they're individuals opposed to a business.
Right. Okay.
They all seem to be business transactions, though, whether buying or purchasing or selling, I should say.
Well, that makes sense. I doubt he'd have had a whole lot in writing.
Doesn't tell us much about what's going on, but it does give us plenty of opportunity to mess with this stuff.
Which is always a good thing.
Kenna, can you forge legal documents?
Yes.
Okay. Could you forge a request for divorce decree from his wife?
Do we have his wife's handwriting?
No, just a request. Even Trouble in Paradise is good.
Yeah, I'd need her signature, though.
No, that would actually divorce them.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So, okay. Let's. What do those even look like in Rylor?
We might actually need a sample, but it's an evil idea, and I like evil ideas today because I'm angry.
It's an evil idea, and it's totally doable as long as we can find a good sample. But
now you guys have me wondering when divorce actually was invented. So,
I don't know. It might not even be like a legal thing. I have no idea.
We'll go with it.
Whatever it is, it started with women, though.
So, yeah, we can mess with his business plans with these people. We can do all kinds of fun stuff.
Well, it also would give you access to more people to
question,
talk
if
to.
We didn't want to mess, like don't have to burn it all down immediately.
You have
maybe
options.
it's more useful than revenge. But later we can burn his shit down.
You are way too delighted about this.
This sounds crazy.
Well, his wife's the one that tried to get me killed.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, by the way, she tried to get me killed.
Yep.
Sounds like someone's
we're
holding a
definitely-
grudge.
Definitely
a little.
going to screw her over.
Just a
Definitely
little.
going to screw him over. Probably a lot of these people in the process, not entirely intentionally, but you're going to make an omelet. You got to break a few eggs.
You know, I tried to be nice and friendly to these people. I really did. But they never liked me, then tried to murder me. And also, oh, by the way, they're sacrificing their son, my husband, to like the Fae and my kid. So, yeah. All right.
Sounds like you're taking it personal.
Yeah.
It is the definition of personal.
And I have to be mad at them because otherwise I have to be mad at my husband for not mentioning this before we had a kid.
So do we get
Ooh,
the
I
long
think
rest?
you should still be mad at your husband for that piece.
No, it's
That's
all my in-laws' fault. He wouldn't have been in this situation if it wasn't for them.
But
I
he
mean,
knew
he hasn't
about
been all
it.
that honest with him anyway. So
We will discuss the ethics of this later.
I don't want to
Someone
get
needs
into that, Kath.
it's very, that whole situation is a little convoluted.
My husband and my kid are the good things in my life, so I'm not getting into that.
So you guys spend well, I imagine you two spend several hours like poring over these documents and seeing what you have.
Angrily.
Kath, you were able to scoop up, a handful of trinkets.
So are we short resting while we're sorting documents?
You could absolutely be short resting.
Ideally, we're long resting.
Yeah, because I need spells.
Now, Agnetha, you would have been able to grab stuff on your way out too if you wanted to, or just got out of there, whatever you wanted to do.
Well, since she was sort of like, I don't even know why I'm here in the first place. If she found anything interesting of value, she probably would have stolen it just because of her character type. If there was anything like that, then it's mine.
So mostly it was more of an office. So there was like more books than anything. There was some like knickknack type stuff around. And you might have been able to scond away with maybe like a bottle of brandy.
Okay, well, of course she would have taken the brandy. What's the name of the pen? Ballpoint. Well, I don't think there'd be much else that she'd want to look into or take. Is there any weapons that she could maybe confiscate?
No, not like I said. It was an office.
Okay.
How about the long swords of the crazy armor?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Could I like take the weapons off of anybody?
Oh yeah, you would be able to take that stuff.
Okay.
Getting back though, they really were just well-made long swords. There was nothing.
I have like a
spectacular.
magic glaive, so probably not a lot of use for anything else. Plus, I don't like to carry a lot of armor, so I probably wouldn't take that.
We could always sell stuff.
Since she's so anything that I guess could be edible or liquor she would have taken for sure.
Consumable items.
Consumable, thank you. Consumable items. Since I consume the world, I am the void. No, I'm just joking.
So does that mean as we're riding away on Arun, she's got like the bottle of booze?
Yeah, that's what I imagined. The silhouette of Agnetha just like chugging it back.
Oh, that's funny.
Fabulous.
While you guys are like steadfast, she's like drinking.
Yeah, perfect.
She would have been hungover at that point, so that nothing would have helped better. I mean, hair of the
dog.
Fair enough.
Hair of the dog. See, there you go.
That bump on your head feels a lot better with the booze. I bet.
Yeah.
So you drink the booze. How old is Agnetha?
I think she's 80.
That's right, you're half elf.
I'm a half elf, so she's kind of like young for her age, but she's still like 80 years old.
I think I forget how long half elves live, but I think it's.
Isn't it like 150?
That's what I think too, and that their maturity level is closer to human, but they live longer.
Right.
So, do me a favor. Drop a die 6.
They live much longer than humans, often exceeding 180 years, and they hit adulthood at the age of 20.
Okay, I dropped a 5.
All right. Well, you guys. Well, actually, no, you don't. But you notice when you get back to the room, Agnetha, it looks noticeably younger. You are physically 11 years younger than you were before.
You guys are like, I don't know what we went through, but Agnetha looks hot.
So,
Wait a minute.
Does that mean she looks 14 years old?
well, it depends on how old she's saying Agnetha was.
Oh, okay. Okay. But then she would look the same.
Yeah, bitches. Yeah.
But she wouldn't be at the bottom of the age tier anyway, because you guys are higher level.
Right. So her cheeks are a little rosier. You know, Agnetha, you look better than I expected you to, considering you got whacked on the head by a giant monster.
It's all that beauty, sleep, and drinking. It does a woman well, you know.
Apparently.
I just, you know, I own a bathhouse. I get awesome men. I don't know.
Exercise, I eat well.
So
I like to eat meat the size of my thighs. I don't know.
Okay, so
I'm the
anyway.
I'll just stop there.
okay. So on this whole mess of stuff here, before we if we're gonna, since that was nighttime anyway, before we're gonna take a long rest, I want to cast detect magic on all this crap.
The brandy glows.
Oh, the brandy glows. So
He's really gonna miss
he
that.
goes over to look at the brandy. It says, "Were you drinking that,
Hell yeah.
Agnetha?"
There's a transmutation aura to it.
It's
Yeah.
that's magic.
Those guys really like to.
It's got that. I mean, I don't know much about magic, but it like feels like it has that weird switchy, changey thing to it.
You mean like meth to cocaine or like tobacco to
It's-
caffeine? What are you talking about?
Do you feel you look good? Do you feel okay? You're not turning into a frog or anything? good?
I feel froggy, but I also feel fabulous.
All
Kind
right.
of froggy fabulous.
Can I roll something to put 2 and 2 together here, Dave?
Sure,
wants to
making an
take one for the
investigation check.
team?
I'm going to investigate it. 17?
Yeah. Look, it's really subtle, but because you are an elf, you kind of can see the differences. And Agnetha looks like a decade younger.
And then, so between that and what I already know, Deneen says, that stuff. Cyrune said that Olarian is unusually long-lived for an elf. And Agnetha looks younger to me.
Oh.
Maybe this stuff is like part of how he's... I was assuming it was from this like Fae pact, but maybe whatever this stuff is how he's doing it. Or maybe they're tied in somehow.
He is hella going to be coming after us for this.
Do you think we know anyone who could reverse engineer this?
Like Sheena?
Because it would be super awesome for a bathhouse spa to have.
How much brandy is in this bottle?
Don't drink anymore.
I'm gonna say that it's half empty now, half full.
All right, like compared to say a water skin, how much brandy is in the bottle? Like the liquid.
Like is this the 750 milliliter bottle?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. The 750.
Yeah, they use milliliters and Ryler. That's part of what's wrong with Ryler. They use metric.
Hey, metric is the way to go.
All right, so like I'm thinking,
it's the one redeeming feature of Ryler is that they use metric. It's good for commerce.
I'm thinking that I would like to get a sample of this out of the bottle and in a separate flask.
And don't drink any more of this.
I don't intend to drink any of this at all.
I say, looking at Agnetha.
She's like already trying to like sneak sips of it. She's like,
Agnetha.
I feel like fabulous and skydiving
Okay.
all in one.
Here. I pick up the doobie that I left for you when you were sleeping, and I pass it to you and take the bottle in exchange.
She like grabs it off of you. She's like, thank you very much. And like
I
hands
didn't
you
take
the
your
glass.
stash.
You stealer.
I didn't take your stash.
And then Agnetha's gonna be like, just because you don't look so young and fabulous.
Agnetha,
doesn't
have
mean
I
you
ever
still
lied to you?
mustache. She's like having a weird side effect too. She's kind of a bitch. So you guys notice that she's more
Oh,
bitchy.
is
Oh,
that a
good.
side
You got
effect?
younger emotionally too.
Yeah. She's like
Oh, great.
spicy, sassy.
I'm
And
flashing
like
some of this liquid.
she just hands it to you. She's like, all right, take it.
Your
I don't know
Scooby
what
Snack
that
version for Agnetha doesn't seem to have the same usual effect. It didn't work as well as it usually does.
You know, Kenna, if you need someone to hold on to that and keep it safe, I could do that.
The ring. It's the ring. Keep
Okay,
it
you
away.
guys are in charge of the rest of the
Although-
bottle. I just want this.
Although I
sample.
know Kath can literally hold liquor because of the wine job, we might need all of the rest of this for all we know. If he wants it that bad,
Word.
if he does, or maybe it's just a potion.
He
Maybe
can't
just
get
like
it
a
back
potion of
if
longevity,
you've already
or-
drunk it.
But then we can't use it for leverage or reverse engineering or anything.
Well, she took some for reverse engineering, and he doesn't.
Is that what I
know
took it for?
Oh, you sly thing.
Oh.
Okay, no, seriously
Wait,
though.
You drink that, you're going to turn into like a 12-year-old Kenna.
I'm not
Don't-
gonna drink this.
Don't do
Is it
that.
for Lala Midge?
No, I'm not. Okay, I'm not going to drink this yet.
Wait. What do you
Midge,
guys think would happen?
I would
if we
really
sent
like that,
stuff
actually.
to a pixie.
No, they're little.
That's a terrible idea.
Midge is super old. She could actually
Yeah.
use this. Oh,
12
You know,
is
that's-
kind of
that
in
is a
right
good
now.
point.
so.
Okay, we're playing with fire here. Let's see if Sheena can reverse engineer it first.
Yes.
all right. What? We have other stuff to do in this town.
Gonna get another like test tube full of this nonsense and like squirrel that away for Sheena, and then I will leave the rest of it alone.
Is there like a brand on this bottle, or is it more like a crystal decanter?
Crystal decanter. The bottle itself is probably worth a couple gold.
Good.
Goodness.
Or we could just use the gold that is youth and just become young and drink all of it.
I mean, we're already young, and
Agnetha starts acting like weird and
Agnetha,
possessive of it.
Don't you
Just
want
break
Midge?
it up.
Don't you want Midge to stick around another couple decades and keep growing the good stuff for you?
I want it all.
Well then.
I want to be 13 and get stoned every day.
Does Kenna have? Who would want to be
that's
13?
not
again?
healthy. That is
Um,
not healthy. You need to wait
Don't
until you're at
you
least
tell
20.
me how to live my life, Kenna.
Because your brain is still developing up until that point.
Don't you tell me how to live my life.
Nobody
She
wants.
acts crazy
I
now.
really don't like teenage you.
Nobody wants acne and boobs all over again.
Boobs though. Okay, anyway, Monarch.
boobs though. What?
So does Kenna have our knowledge arcana?
Uh,
Don't you? For sure.
no.
You can. Okay, so you can just make a bardic knowledge check. So half your proficiency.
That was that one, but I'm a halfling, so 14.
Okay, perfect. I love the tale.
Yeah.
So you guys are able to take your long rest during that time. If either Kenna or Deneen want to look at the stuff that was swiped by Kath, you can.
You're absolutely.
She totally grabbed his snuff box and she's smoking his tobacco.
Give me roll a 2 die 4. Yeah, let's go with that.
Okay.
Calf, you mean?
Bric-a-brac,
Yeah,
you're
calf.
in the way, Butto.
Uh-huh.
All right, 2d4. Hey, that's my beer. You said that. 6.
6. Okay, so that's how many things you absconded away with.
Oh,
So,
nice.
like knickknacks. So you guys are able to assess them, and it averages out to be about 25 gold pieces per
Ooh.
Ooh, loots.
So once you're finished your long rest, what is the plan?
Monarch.
We do know where he is. Well, I'm going to disguise everybody. I can't use the cool magic disguise kit. I just have to use regular disguising because there's 4 of us. And just try to be a little less obvious, which is probably good anyway, since we're going to try and mess with the monarch. So we know he's holed up in a particular
Golden Goblin.
I'm looking back, the Golden Goblin. He has the whole top floor, and they were referring to him as the dandy. So what do we do? Do we watch to see if he's coming and going? Because if we just bust in there and he's not there, we've blown it.
Yeah, we should probably take this one quiet for as long as we can.
If you want, I can. So street people in general are typically pretty cool with my patron, and they're generally willing to talk to people who are affiliated with him. If you want, I can try talking to some of the locals to see if they have any more information about his movements around the city.
Sounds good to me. They were calling him the dandy, so he's probably all fancied up, makes him real easy to spot in a town like this.
Yeah, even when you guys seen him, he was like wearing a top hat and had a monocle.
He had a fancy cape with his design on it.
He was definitely wearing nice clothes.
Well, if he's calling himself after, a flashy butterfly, I could see it.
Flashy butterfly.
Agnetha,
Yes.
how much control do you have over that thing that your glaive does? You know, the one where it holds somebody still.
All the control.
Good, because I'm going to need to silence this guy so that he doesn't escape again, and I need you to hold him still in order to do that so he doesn't just walk out of my silence bubble.
Okay.
So save that for when we actually do catch him.
Okay. Well, yeah, I've got a couple things up my sleeve, so.
Cool.
I mean, if worst comes to worst, I have my glaive of power.
Are we trying to catch him or kill him?
We are
kill him
trying,
and then unkill him.
we're definitely trying to kill him. He's done too much nonsense to let him live. But the last time we almost killed him, he jumped into the river as a fish because I didn't get silence on him fast enough, and we are not making that mistake again. And the last time I tried to silence a mage, they just walked out of my silence bubble, and we're not making that mistake again either.
Just asking because you used the word catch, so just check
catch him so he doesn't walk out of the silence bubble so that we can kill him.
Yes.
I've got a magic that lets me hold a person in place too.
Good. Double up on that. Take no chances.
Okay.
And then there's my thighs, so.
Have you ever like killed a person by snapping him in half, Agnetha? Because I could see that happening.
With her thighs.
Imagine a snickety snake squeezing its victim to death.
Like a boa constrictor.
So
Is that why you and Harok weren't speaking when we left town?
What, he liked it too much? I don't understand what you're talking about.
I'm done. Okay. Anyway.
I don't know what you were referring to there, Kenna.
Okay, like you talking about constrictor. Never mind.
Mwah, mwah, mwah.
My mind went to a dirty place.
It's Agnetha pelvis breaker.
Nice. Yeah, pelvis
That's
break.
where you laughed, but that's working its way into your next ballad.
Yes.
Or Crusher. I kind of like Crusher.
Next body drinking song.
Ah,
One day people shall raise their horns to me.
So is Kath? Is she
Already do.
working the street people?
Yeah, I mean, if no one objects, then she'll go out made up, so she looks a little different, and she'll try and work some contacts.
What social skills do you have?
Well, I've got like super high charisma. Let me see. I have persuasion. I'm
Okay,
doing
make
that.
a persuasion check
All right.
with advantage because you're working your peoples.
yeah, excellent.
26.
Ooh.
26. Okay, so you learn a lot of information. Literally, you get a schedule.
Oh, nice.
So apparently they get chased away from here often, but that is like the ritzier place of town. So if you're going to beg, like that's a good place to beg because there's more money, and sometimes they'll even be like bribed into leaving. So it's kind of a good gig. Some of those muscly half naked guys are described to you guys, and I guess when you bring the description back to Agnetha and Deneen and Kenna, they can kind of like fill you in. But what they describe is basically these hairless bald guys, and they're all kind of like jacked, and they look like evil Chippendales.
The Chippendales are a band of erotic mercenaries. So they remind us of the
Quite
Chippendales.
the opposite.
Yeah. But when you actually regroup with the rest of your companions, they inform you that they're eunuchs. So
yeah.
Damn it.
That's where the resemblance ends.
Yeah.
They're unarmed.
We hope.
The monarch has his like version of Unsullied, kind of. And so, there is probably a half a dozen of those guys that have been spotted moving in and out. The monarch comes, a couple times a day and goes off, and they basically go into the merchant district, buy things, come back, and you're even able to find out that sometimes strange smoke, some vapors have been seen issuing from the roof of this building, and he has the whole third floor. And there are 3 floors to this building.
Okay.
So maybe he has another.
All of this. Do we wanna snatch one of his lackeys, kill them, and interrogate them after?
They haven't been real useful to interrogate, have they?
No,
we have one before.
I mean, you guys haven't really had tried too hard with magic, but other than that, they've been fairly unbreakable.
Okay.
If he's got the whole 3rd floor and there's like weird vapors and stuff, he's probably turned it into another one of his labs.
More than likely. And that means there's probably something else.
I am medieval meth labs for the win.
Oh God, is he experimenting on anyone up there is what we really need to be asking ourselves.
There's nothing that would stop him. Did they mention, Kath, did they mention anything about like people dying weirdly? I mean, people vanish all the time in Ryler, so that doesn't tell us anything, but.
If depending on what he's doing and what he's got with him, there might be ways to dispose of bodies.
And it is
I can think of several mundane ways off the top of my head. Lye, for example, is used in common soap manufacturing, and it can strip a body bare to the bone in hours.
And you've
As
always
you do.
encountered him with things he could actually feed people to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so nothing remarkable was mentioned.
Okay.
And I get the sense that if people went missing, I mean, it wouldn't be something that they might necessarily tie to him. It seems like the
Although,
kind of
you
place
know,
where-
one of the things you probably guys do figure out from the information you have gathered, he seems very arrogant in whatever he's doing, and unconcerned.
Maybe we should get him on one of these merchant runs. He's not going to have his full force with him.
That's not a bad idea.
And then we can come back and wreck his lab later or sell it to Cyrune or something.
Siren wouldn't know what to do with something like that.
He could fence some of the stuff.
I don't know. That doesn't settle well with me necessarily.
Well,
A lot of these
we don't
drugs
know
are
what's in there.
incredibly
The point is, first we
dangerous.
got to get him.
We do.
Do we know any of the actual shops he tends to go to? Is there one he goes to all the time? Because I'd be up for tying up a shopkeeper and taking over the store.
Dear.
You were actually giving a list of places that
Okay.
with
Let's do
that
it.
check.
Well, we don't know though which one he'll go to though. If it's a whole list, that might not go so well. Can we? Oh, we could send a message that one of these places has his shipment, and then that'll be the place that he would go to.
If we could get somebody nervous sounding to deliver the message, that would be best, because then they might be forgiven for not getting the wording exactly right.
Or
Code or something.
if we want to play this really right, we go to a shop and say he wants to know when his stuff's going to get there. And then we'll know which shop he has an order with. Then we do that.
Good plan. Assuming they don't immediately turn around and tell him the second that they realize that we're asking about it when he doesn't have an order with them.
Right.
Well,
But
Dave, you said they gave me like practically a schedule, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Pretty regular.
I mean, if he has like a regular habit of when he goes certain places or something like that, maybe we just plan to ambush him on the way there when he's outside of his little den where he probably has all kinds of nasty booby traps and poison bombs and things like that.
That sounds good to me. Every single time we've set off any kind of poison trap, I've gotten blasted by it.
And,
Every time.
I could
don't worry me, Kenna.
I
Because
could
everything
cure it.
always tries to murder you, and they just
It's because they're jealous of how adorable she is.
it really worries me. I'm glad you can go invisible. That's what I'm saying. Okay.
Yeah.
So am I.
So does it seem, do we have any good candidate spots for an ambush? Even though we don't know which shop in particular he might be going to, like the route to the
Well,
merchant
if we-
district or something.
if we have a schedule for what he usually does, I'd say we just take that shop, the one that he usually goes to on that day.
But Dave said it's like a whole list.
Yeah, but he also said we had basically a schedule, right?
So there's one apothecary that he always goes back to each time. So whatever it is, he must be going through something fast. But other than that, yeah, it is like various.
Well, it sounds like we've got an apothecary to overthrow.
Yep.
How hard could that be? I say, and then it turns out to be like Snape the potions master, and we end up like,
Yeah, do we overthrow it, or do we just like, is it worth it to stake it out for a couple days?
see how frequently he visits.
Or
Well, it
just
sounds
catch him
like
the
he's
next,
going there every day. So he
catch him
goes
the
in
next time
and
he
we
comes.
follow him.
I don't feel like staking it out for a couple of days is an option at this point, because we kind of stole
Yeah.
Papa-in-law's young self juice, and he's not going to be happy about that. We need to be in and out.
Well, look, he goes here every day. He goes in there, we follow him in and go for it.
So,
Well, here's the thing. The apothecary, though, is still filled with like super caustic stuff. So maybe there's maybe Deneen, since you are really good at finding like alleyways and stuff, we find a point between the two where we can fight him where we're not surrounded by dangerous stuff.
Yeah. I can find a likely spot. He wouldn't be the type to take an alley because his ego wouldn't allow it, but we could get an alley near the cleanest local street, which would probably be the one he's on.
Affectionately nickname this maneuver the butterfly net.
Yes.
That's awesome.
So you can definitely do that. And just as Deneen had said, he does, like, he walks down the street like he owns it. He, when he leaves, he's got his retinue of like, half a dozen thugs with him, or half a dozen of these guys with him. They're unarmored, but they have clubs.
Okay. So that means
Clubs.
we see them?
Clubs.
Yes.
Compensating for something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be sniping.
Wonder what?
That's my plan.
So you guys are going to do this in broad daylight in the middle of the street?
Why not? Guards in town are more of a concept than a real thing.
Oh my.
How about it? Is that what we're going for?
Oh, we've got a better shot. I mean,
I thought we were going to drag him into the alley. That was what I thought.
Definitely going to either lure or drag him into the alley if we can manage that. Also, if we make a huge splash, we might draw down the attention of someone more dangerous than the guards.
If he's getting shot at, he may duck into the alley for cover. So how about that?
Good point. I like this. He might also teleport away, though. So just bear this.
Then I'll.
Oh, Kenna. I'll hold person him and you turn him invisible.
But then I can't shoot him
like
shoot the hell out of him.
I mean, just shoot where he was standing. If he's invisible, he'll still be there.
No, you gotta hold person and then silence him.
Oh, that's true. Have to silence him. Have to.
And then while you guys are holding him, I'll start filling him up with arrows, and Agnetha can deal with the other half dozen.
And oh man, but then we'd still be in the middle of the street in broad daylight. Like everybody's gonna see this, and we're gonna have to haul ass.
Well, I can
drag him into the alley.
Well, I can also cast a darkness to block some people's view. So, I don't want us to be in it because then we couldn't see. But I could maybe cast it in at least in one direction to block people from seeing from over there.
Well, if we're going to do this in the middle of a crowded street, in the middle of the day, we're going to want to go fast. We're going to want to go hard. We're going to want to do this while he's not expecting it still. And maybe it would be the best thing. I mean, honestly.
So you hold person and silence him, which probably won't panic anybody. The darkness probably will panic people, which is fine. And I can help get them scared away with thaumaturgy or something. Mm-hmm. Then we really go to town.
Or so maybe I save darkness till I kind of see which direction I think people might come from, and so we'll wait and use it. And I can still attack on with him held. I just
Let's see if any of this works, and then we'll go from there.
We got this. I think it's a solid plan.
So
Agnetha, what was that?
If anything happens, I can always wrap him in vines of death.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hell yeah.
That's always good, too. That's good, too.
Hashtag
Hold person might not work. Let's just hit him with every single thing we have.
Every single thing we have.
So are you guys leading with Kath? Because you guys have surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one thing that I want to make sure we do. So where do we run to after when we're running away? Whether this goes good or not.
We're going to grab him, hold person, silence, manacles, vines, and drag him into this alley.
Mm-hmm.
And then fight the rest of these guys while I finish killing him.
Okay, but once everything is over, once everyone's dead that we want dead, and we are running for it, where are we running?
To the Bardo and then getting the hell out of Dodge.
So his lab gets left there?
I don't know what to do with it. Oh man.
Oh,
I go
can you
burn it
imagine
down.
What a
Yeah, we'll set the
glorious
inn on fire. Why the hell not?
explosion.
We're already causing all
It's the
kinds of.
third. It's the third floor.
It's
So
the third,
I
right?
can shimmy up there, light it, use thaumaturgy to make it worse, and everybody will evacuate before it burns down to the second and first floor.
Hopefully, but honestly, it's Rylor. I mean, they probably deserve it.
Well,
Sorry,
I wouldn't necessarily go that far.
Yeah,
Dang.
just burn the whole city, everyone in it,
There's just as many victims in this town.
especially the old people
Yeah,
and
but in
children.
an inn like that one.
It's not going to burn all the way down before the people on the floors below get out.
Yeah, and then I can use thaumaturgy to make my voice loud and be yelling for people to run from the fire.
All right.
Okay, so we get the monarch, we set the inn on fire, and then we book it the hell out of Dodge.
And then we don't come back to Rylor ever.
This
And
doesn't
we-
sound like a plan.
and
This
we
sounds
hope-
like the thing that you do when the plan goes sideways.
So it's a great
Drastic
place to
measures.
start.
Drastic times call for drastic measures. Hopefully the lab will not explode.
Yeah, except if we would have
Oh,
ended up
man.
here anyways, because the first part failed, I mean, why not go directly to this part?
You're right, and
Yeah.
it would have. The first part absolutely would have failed, so let's just do it crazy to
So,
make
so that I'm clear, Kath casts hold person first. Who acts next?
silence.
So, okay, who acts third?
Vines, wasn't it?
Agnetha.
Okay, perfect.
And
All
we've
right.
got manacles also.
All right,
And
you
I'm gonna
guys
jab
in
him
this-
with, and I'm
you
gonna
guys
jag
in-
him with a dagger to make sure if he teleports away, I can go to where he is and finish killing him.
Hold person. That you can get more people with that than one, right? If you stuff, maybe.
Let me
If
check.
it's a risk, don't do it.
Should we start this fight next time?
I mean, it's 9:01, so probably.
I hate to say it.
I
but I
hate
feel
to
like I have to.
But if that's the case, somebody write this down.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can hold 2 people.
All right, I'm writing it down. The plan is hold person, silence, vines, and manacles.
Attack,
And
attack,
dagger.
attack.
Manacles and dagger. Sure.
Okay. So
The
we will
nuclear
end right there with, Kath kind of, are you, what's your range on that spell?
60 feet.
Okay. So you guys are going to kind of like, how close are you going to get before you cast?
Probably within, I would say probably within 30 feet because I want to be within somewhere I could move in one turn and act again.
Okay.
So we'll walk up the street in the other direction and meet up with them right near the alley that we're planning to drag him into.
Yep.
Yes.
Right in the middle of broad daylight. Let's do this.
All right. And that's where
It's the Ryler way.
that's where we'll stop tonight. And that's where we'll start the beginning of the next session with you guys actually enacting this plan. And we'll see how that goes. I want to thank everyone for watching and thank you guys for playing with me. So until next time, guys, stay nerdy.
Stay nerdy.
Stay nerdy.
Thanks, Dave.
Thank you. I just have to figure out how to end the thing now. It's been so long.